Good morning, students. I'm here, Mrs. Tanya, and now this is of Act 1, Scene 1, the last part, that is from line number 143 to line number 188. It is the last scene, means that scene 1, last part, where only Bassanio and Antonio they are left. So here you will see first, Bassanio says, in my school days, when I had lost one shaft, I shot his fellow of the self same flight. He says, in my school days, when I had lost an arrow, I shot another, watching carefully in the same direction to recover the first. The self same way with more advice watch means I have watched carefully the same direction so that first time if I have lost, so the second time I should not lose. To find the other fought, and by adventuring both, I oft found both, and said, by risking a second arrow. First arrow I missed, now second arrow when I missed, I often got both. I urge this childhood proof. He's saying I am giving the childhood example because what follows is pure innocence. He's saying because what I propose now is innocent, harmless. Because what I am going to ask you, it is not harmful. Means here actually Bassanio wants to take money from Antonio. But as he has already borrowed the money two times before, so he's finding it like difficult or awkward to ask again. So he is giving a short example saying that in my school days when I have lost one arrow, I tried the second one with more concentration, but still I lost. And I am here, this proof I am giving, example I am giving, because what follows is pure innocence. Whatever I am saying now, what I am proposing is harmless. I owe you much, and like a wilful youth, that which I owe is lost. But if you please to shoot another arrow that self way. Now he's saying, I owe so much to you. I am indebted to you. And like a self willed young man, I have lost everything that I got from you. Whatever you have given to me, I have lost everything. As you know, Bassanio, by nature, he is very spendthrift. He used to spend his money lavishly. So whatever he used to get, he used to just spend out. To shoot another arrow that self way which you did shoot the first. Now he says, but if you give me another loan, like the first one what you have given, if you give me the second one, I do not doubt while I watch the aim so carefully. He's saying, if you give me the second loan once more, as I will watch the aim or to find both, or bring you later hazard back again and thankfully rest debtor for the first. But if you give me second time the loan, at any rate I can pay back at least your second loan and remain grateful debtor for the first. Means he want to say, now this is the second time he is taking the loan, so he is saying, if you give me this time, then I promise this loan I will repay you and I will be grateful and remain indebted for the first loan. Because first loan he is saying I cannot repay you soon, but the second loan what you are giving me I will repay you and I will be grateful indebted to you for the first loan. Now Antonio says, you know me well, and herein spend but time to wind about my love with circumstance. Antonio says, you know me well to know that you only waste my time by all the references to my love. Antonio is saying, you are just wasting my time. What all example references you are giving? I am not understanding. And out of doubt, you do me now more wrong in making question of my uttermost than if you had made waste of all I have. In saying, surely you wrong me more by doubting about my readiness to help you with a bigger amount of money than you would actually spend. He said, you are doubting at me that I will not be able to help you, or I don't love you, you are doubting. Than if you had made waste of all I have, then do but say to me what I should do. And saying that hold good even if it means making me to lose all my wealth. That in your knowledge may be me be done, and I am pressed unto it, therefore speak. And saying, you have only to tell me what you want me to do. If you know that I can do it, I will be obliged to it, so please speak. He's saying, if you want, you tell me. If I can do it, if I can help you, definitely I will do so. And you should only speak to me what you want. Because Antonio is not understanding what Bassanio is saying, and Bassanio is not able to convey his feeling directly, so he is going around the bush. Like a different way he is giving example to Antonio, and Antonio is waiting that I love you so much, I am always ready to help you. What do you want? Say directly. And actually Antonio was waiting because Bassanio said, I want to tell you about my lady whom I love. And here Bassanio is telling something else. Then afterward Bassanio says, the real thing he comes, he says, in Belmont is a lady richly left, and she is fair and fairer than that word. And said, in Belmont there is a lady who has inherited much wealth. She is beautiful and has great virtue. Of wondrous virtue, sometime from her eyes I did receive fair speechless messages, saying, sometime I have received from her eyes lovely silent messages. Her name is Portia, nothing undervalued, to Cato's daughter Brutus Portia. Now saying her name is Portia, and she is no less precious than Cato's daughter, who was the wife of Brutus. If you remember the drama of Shakespeare, Julius Caesar, in that drama also there was a character named Portia. She was the daughter of Cato and the wife of Brutus. So he says, my Portia is no less precious. She is more than Cato's daughter and Brutus' wife. Nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth, for the four winds blow in from every coast. Renowned suitors and her sunny locks hang on her temple like a golden fleece. And saying, indeed, the whole world is aware of her worth. The whole world knows why. For famous suitors are sailing towards her from every coast. Her pretty hairs adorns her forehead like the golden fleece. And saying, everyone, all knows about her. That is why the suitors from all the nook and corners, they have come to marry her. It means, because if you remember, her father has kept the casket, 3 caskets of gold, silver and lead. Out of that, in one casket there was Portia's portrait, and who will choose the right casket would marry Portia. So all the suitors from all the corners of the world, they were coming to choose the casket and to marry Portia. So Bassanio says she is really worthy for it. She is a great beautiful lady, and which makes her seat of Belmont Corcus stand, and many Jasons come in quest of her. He says that her name, and that is her home at Belmont, is like the ancient kingdom of Colchos. The Belmont is like the ancient kingdom, and many suitors like Jason go there to win her. And there are many suitors from different nook and corners, and they are going to Belmont to win Portia, means to marry her. And here he wants to say this. He is in Merchant of Venice. You can see many references, many historical contexts, many references are given. So here their golden fleece is reference is made to the ancient Greek legend fleece. And fleece refers to a crop of wool of a sheep or ram. Fleece is a crop of wool. And there was a famous hero, his name was Jason. With his companion, the Argonauts went on a dangerous voyage. So Jason went to a voyage on the east coast of Black Sea in search of golden fleece. To get the golden fleece, he went to the Black Sea, and there Jason obtained it with the help of his wife Medea. Now he says here, these suitors are like Jason's, and the voyage is what? The journey to Belmont, and the result or the golden fleece is who? Portia. So to get the golden fleece or to get Portia, the suitors from all the corners, they are coming to Belmont to marry Portia. Then, O my Antonio, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of them, I have a mind presages me such thrift that I should question less be fortunate. And said, my noble Antonio, had I the money to compete with them, my instinct tell me that I should surely be the winner. And saying, Antonio, I want to, there are many suitors, but I also want to compete with them, and my instinct, my heart, my belief tells me that definitely if I go there I will be the winner. Antonio says, thou knows that all my fortunes are at sea. Antonio saying, you know very well that all my money I have invested in my ships at sea. Neither have I money nor commodity. He's saying, I am neither having cash nor anything on which money could be raised. Therefore, go forth, try what my credit can do in Venice. And saying, therefore, go and take my name as credit, and ask in Venice if anyone can help you. That shall be racked even to the uttermost to furnish thee to Belmont to fair Portia. And if it is beneficial, it shall be stretched to the utmost limit, and it will make you to go to Belmont. Go outside, ask my name to my credit, take the money from any of the merchant, from any of the money lender, and then you go to Belmont and win over beautiful Portia. Go presently inquire, and so will I, where money is, and I no question make to have it of my trust or for my sake. He says to Bassanio, go at once, inquire. I shall also do the same. You go, I am also coming, and I will also ask for the money, and wherever money could be made, wherever you can get the money, say my name without any doubt, take it, and I shall have it. Either I shall pay it, and you can make me as your personal surety. You can make me as your surety. You take my name at my credit, and it's my responsibility to pay back that person. So you just take the money and go to Belmont. At present time, I am not having the money. So this way Antonio supported Bassanio, that you can get the money at my name, you can go to Belmont, and you can prove yourself to be the good suitor. I hope children you understood. Now it's the questions which are remaining in the workbook. You have to go on, do it, complete it, and then show me the book. Show me that whether you have completed or not, and then we will move on with the next. So this way Merchant of Venice over, Act 1 Scene 1, one poetry over, and then now one story only left that I will also complete it. Now go on with the question. If any doubt, try to ask me. I'll clear it. Thank you.